Welcome to my show. If you are new, I'm going to go over where all the severe weather is going to take shape over the next two days or so. Gives you a good indication where all the severe weather is going to take shape, so that way that you can be informed and get prepared for what's coming your way. I zoom out and look at everything as a whole because a lot of the weather that we get is going to come from the west. It's northwest, southwest, west. A lot of our weather will come that way. So if you have severe weather that's going to be moving in your direction, it could contain damaging winds, hail, lightning, flash flooding, and tornadoes, which can be very devastating. It can definitely cause some fatalities, as we've already had a fatality this morning here in North Carolina. A tornado dropped, went through an area, and house was literally leveled, and somebody was inside, and it dropped around 3 o'clock in the morning. So if I can get my message out there a little faster, maybe it can save a little bit more lives, and that's why I did this channel. Is, well, one, I'm very passionate about weather, and two, uh, maybe if I could save some more lives, it'd be, give somebody a little bit more heads up of what's coming. Um, and not to toot my own horn, but everywhere that I tell you where tornadoes are going to drop, they usually drop. So, but we do have tornadoes going to be. We're going to have some more tornadoes tonight, for sure. And if you stay at the very end, I'm going to tell you where they're going to be at. Um, please make sure, if you're new or you want to know where all the weather is going to take place, subscribe and like the video. It helps my channel out. And that way, if you ever want to know where all the severe weather takes place, especially if you work outside, because I will tell you, all your local weather stations and report, like your local stations, weather stations, what I don't understand is that they have 15 minutes to give you to let you know that we have tornado watches coming through, or you're going to be under severe weather. They can give you a 15-minute heads up. I can give you a little bit more time. And if you ever check out my channel, you'll see exactly where these tornadoes are dropping, and we'll go in and I'll start discussing where all the severe weather is going to take shape. So what you're seeing right now is the reflectivity of where we are right now. And the heavier rains are going to be in the dark red. So dark red, where Debbie's going to be. And by the way, she's brought 16 tornadoes, and she still has about two more days left before she goes back home into her water. And she's definitely caused a lot of catastrophic events with the flooding. And this is just the start of, the Gulf getting hit with a lot of water, and Florida getting hit with a lot of water, East Coast. So we do have some more also too, just to kind of talk into it, and I'll make probably more points tomorrow. But we do see some more tropical waves in the Atlantic, which means that we could be seeing another hurricane develop within the next few days. And it does look like it's going to be veering close to the East Coast. I'm going to keep the eye on that one. Give you some notice on when these storms are going to come in. But don't take these storms lightly. I mean, they do bring a lot of damaging winds. I see anywhere from 60-mile-an-hour winds up to 100. 100 is considerably dangerous, but there's definitely dangerous winds out there that can bring telephone poles down. And usually these storms are they're knocking power out everywhere where they go. If they're that strong, they're knocking power out. That way that you can get prepared, get your generators ready, get whatever you need to get ready, to get prepared for what's coming. So, all right. So tonight we should see some action over here on the southwest side. It's the first area that I'm going to be looking at. And we have 90-mile-an-hour winds down here on the south side of Arizona, kind of nowhere on the southeast side. I think we could see some tornado action here. 100-mile-an-hour winds, just to give you an idea, maybe an EF1. And then back over here to Debby, we still have 100-mile-an-hour winds. That's why she's creating a lot of tornadoes. She's definitely being very stingy. She's not wanting to leave, causing a lot of havoc and a lot of flash flooding right now. And so 100-mile-an-hour winds, this area, we're talking West Virginia, North Carolina, Pennsylvania tonight. We're still going to be on a high alert for tornadoes, so you may get a tornado watch in these areas. And there's a couple parts on the top of New York that I've seen that we could see some tornado action too. And just by the way, these tornadoes are dropping. You know, let's see in the last couple days, dropping at like 3 o'clock in the morning. So keep your alerts on your phone. If you hear any alerts or anything like that on your phone going off, you know, take action and get to your safe zone. And honestly, if you ever have a tornado come your way, go to the lowest floor. If you have a basement, you're better. That's even better. You want to get to an area where it has no glass. You want to get to the middle part of your home. Either if you don't have a basement, don't go into a room that has glass. Go into a bathroom that has no glass, a closet, center part of your room, and you want to try to cover your head. Cover your head with something heavy, maybe, you know, it could be a heavy table, it could be something. Just protect your head because things could fall down on it. And you don't want to be in a glass room because it can, you know, the glass will bust your eye out, or it could suck you out of the house with it. You know, you don't know. Depending on how strong the storms are, right? All right, so tonight's really main concern, and I'll go into tomorrow, is going to be down here in Arizona. There is a spot in New Mexico too. We have another spot in New Mexico that I've seen as well, right here. I'm going to say Albuquerque, around that area, New Mexico. We could see some tornadoes drop. We also have, like I said, over here at Debby. That's our areas for tonight. We're going to probably see a few more tornadoes in the next couple of days, especially over here on the East Coast. So let's look into tomorrow. Going into tomorrow night, storms like to stay strong throughout the day. So tomorrow night, talking maybe Virginia, and all up the East Coast. All this area here, talking 100-mile wind bands moving through. Closer to this, you know, closer to the ocean you are, the worse that you're going to be in position to be in for these tornadoes to drop. But these will produce EF1 tornadoes. Won't be like an EF5, but an EF1 will, you know, leave some damage. Don't take them lightly, especially with hail. Hail can, you know, this stuff can bring down 3.5 inch hail along with it. I mean, there could be a couple pockets out here too. Let me go zoom down here. Little parts of Texas. Uh, yeah, Texas, see 80-mile-an-hour winds. I mean, there's a slighter chance, but main focus is going to be the East Coast for the next couple nights, really. Now, going into Saturday, now the weekend, we are seeing some amp up, where we are seeing things amp up. And going into next week, we do see a lot of things amping up, a lot of severe weather moving in, um, more hurricanes. We got a lot more low pressure systems developing in the Atlantic. We have tropical waves coming off of uh, tropical waves coming in from the Atlantic right here. So let me show you the current low pressure system that we're seeing. All right. So that way you could see this, these graphs. So this is Debby. And we do have some more low pressure systems once this graph loads up. I swear I have the fastest internet in the world. I'm just kidding. This is not the fastest. So you zoom in. This low pressure system moving in over here. Now, everything's going to really depend, is this blocker here, this high pressure system. If this high pressure system moves down, this potential low pressure system will move into a hurricane potentially. We're seeing on 3 out of 4 models right now, seeing that this particular model, or seeing that this particular low pressure developing into a hurricane, which depending on the where this is particularly at the time, if we see a high pressure move towards it, the worst that it's going to do is it could hit the East Coast somewhere. But if it stays where, if this high pressure stays where it's at, it may just dwindle out. So the high pressure is going to have a lot to do with where this potential hurricane, if it goes into a hurricane, it will be Hurricane Ernesto. It'll be Ernesto that will be making its way in. But we should see this develop in the next few days. It's actually 40% chance right now. And we should see that this will start to develop. But where it'll go, it could hit the East Coast or it could just veer off. We don't know yet. But we also have some more low pressure systems moving behind it, which means that we're going to have multiple rounds where it's either going to come up here. We don't know just yet. It's too early to tell. But we could see these systems move out towards over here to Mexico. The Gulf could make its way there. It all depends on the jet stream, the high pressure systems where they're at the time. And this will be moving into warmer waters, getting into, the Atlantic, moving into closer to Cuba and other areas, So we'll keep our eye out on that. But as of right now, like I say, the areas we're focusing on, East Coast and maybe a few areas out here, less likely out here because it's dry. It's dry, but there's a few pockets where we could have some tornadoes develop. It's less likely that tornadoes will develop out here, but you never know. Mother Nature may say, "Screw you, I'm coming," So, and then we have over here Debby. So, just to keep your eye out, we do have supercells all in these areas that I do discuss and we're telling you. Supercell activity is just where tornadoes like to be, and Protect yourself, be prepared. If you know anybody in these areas, you need to give them a shoot them a text. If there's tornadoes coming, lower part of your home, interior part, get into an area where it has no glass, room that has no glass, so that way it don't blow your eyes out, or blow the glass out and then suck you out with it, or just potentially blow things in as well. You never know how storms can be destructive, but you don't want to be that close to a tornado if you have to. But you never know when they're going to drop. Never know. Can't tell you when and what time, but I can tell you, I can kind of give you an area. That's the whole purpose, because, like I say, your local weather app is not going to give you but 15-minute notice of when the severe weather's coming. And now you have 2-day forecast to kind of expect, hey, if I live out here, I don't have to worry about it. If I live out here, maybe I do. If I do live out here, I do have to worry about it. So that way that you can get yourself prepared. But anyways, if you've made it this far, please subscribe. I post up videos every night around 9 o'clock, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So that way that, if you want to know where all the severe weather is going to take shape, I'm going to tell you exactly where they're going to be. And all these tornadoes that drop in the areas that I tell you, they will drop. And I've been right. Not to toot my own horn, but I've been right. All right. Well, thank you for watching, and we'll stay tuned to tomorrow's videos. And yeah, don't forget to sub and comment down below if you have questions. Thanks.